Hello, welcome to the channel. Let's go to today's story. Tomorrow I will be closing the engagement appointment we have. There are new developments since last week's original post. I recently found out that my fiancée, who I've been involved with for 24 years, had an affair with her boss. Although I'm not sure of his exact age, I estimate him to be around 40 years old. He is married and has 3 children. This happened on a work trip last November when they were out of town. They engaged in illicit activities 3 times during the trip. This leaves me conflicted as I believed I knew my fiancé so well. The boss's wife contacted me through Facebook. She revealed to me that she had also captured text messages and emails exchanged between them. These messages contained graphic details about how they betrayed us, how they overcame the situation, and even joked about it. Interestingly, the wife also declared her love for me in the messages, keeping this information a secret from the boss. The wife is understandably devastated and angry. She is taking legal steps towards the divorce, which will be formalized tomorrow. In addition, she plans to report the situation in a professional manner to Human Resources. As I sit here, typing on my phone, my fiancé is across from me on the couch, busy on his computer, planning a honeymoon trip for the wedding she has no idea will ever happen. She is completely oblivious to the fact that her life will collapse tomorrow. My empathy for her faded after the impact the discovery had on me last week. Every time I read the messages and emails exchanged between her and her boss, I feel like someone is piercing my heart with a knife. 3 years of relationship seems to have been wasted. I am grateful that I discovered the truth before we were married. I plan to use a day off tomorrow so that while she is at work I can collect all of her things from my house, pack them up and put them by the door. In addition, I will assess whether I can recover part of the money I invested in preparations for the wedding, which was scheduled for October. While I considered sharing the screenshots on her social media, my sister convinced me otherwise. I also considered calling her parents, but I feel like they don't deserve the impact. They welcomed me as part of the family, and I don't know how they're going to react. However, I've decided it's best to let her explain the situation to them herself. I don't want to hear your excuses or lies. All I want is for her to be out of my life so I can reevaluate where my life is going from here. Now, with regards to the previous advice, before reading the updates, thanks for the valuable guidance on what to do. I'm sorry that something like this happened to you too. Yes, I will provide an update. However, I ask that you inform the boss's wife not to contact HR until the divorce is finalized. This avoids legal issues related to child support. I will also consider sending a brief message to her family, explaining the reasons for the breakup of the engagement, in order to avoid the situation being distorted towards me. Again, thanks for the support and advice. It is priceless at this time. I messaged and reported to some of my closest friends about the situation. I've been bombarded with texts from them ever since. However, I promised that I would speak with them as soon as possible. I am currently completely overwhelmed. I sent my ex a voicemail, and it was exactly what I expected, crying and wondering if I should call her as we really needed to talk. I returned the call to her, but she didn't answer. I started texting when she called me right away. She was venting and apologizing a lot for her actions. I questioned why she cheated on me, and discussed with her about involving other people in this situation. I made reference to the fact that I will have to take an STD test because of my fiancé's cheating, underscoring the awkwardness of the situation. I mentioned how she and the guy she cheated with made fun of his wife for gaining weight after having kids. This left me outraged as I believe this woman did not deserve such treatment. I arranged to meet with Human Resources at work today, and the gossip about the two has already spread far and wide. However, I'm feeling emotionally drained, even though it's still morning. When she's done with her HR meeting, I expect she'll pick up her stuff from my place without too much fuss. My sister should be here, and I hope her mother will also come to support. My landlord mentioned that he would be around and would change the locks. Hopefully this will happen later or tomorrow. I apologize for sharing all this, but I'm trying to remember a lot of things and my mind is confused at the moment. I'm sorry that you are also going through a difficult situation, but you are handling your trauma admirably. The road is long, but you will get through it. I would have wanted you to be close by to offer support. You are showing strength in facing all of this, and so far you have handled everything as well as you can. Keep being strong and allow yourself to feel your emotions. When she leaves, it's important to express your emotions, not hold them back. Look to your sister or friends for support, and don't give her the satisfaction of knowing she affected you. Remember that you are working to become a better person. Dedicate yourself to your physical and mental well-being. Keep advancing in your career and keep busy with activities that enrich you. Take care of yourself in the coming days and weeks as it is critical to the healing process. I wish the best for you. As for the upgrade, she came to get her stuff from her mom and her friend. My sister was not present. She asked to speak with me privately, but I declined as I knew it wouldn't be productive. She shared her apologies as she had via text, and tears broke out when her boyfriend was mentioned. Her mom expressed disgust over the situation and asked about the guy being married. We confirmed that he is. In the end, she returned the engagement ring, accompanied by her friend. There was a tense moment, but I finally got the ring back. Her mother apologized again and acknowledged that she didn't raise her to act like this. Now, I'm looking at the ring, thinking about how to proceed in the future. With her dad, my sister said she's like to pull the girl. The hairs on her head, the expressions that come out of her mouth, don't match my words. However, at the moment, I am deeply depressed by all these situations. All I want is to lie down and fall asleep. She demonstrates courage by fighting to keep the ring. This makes reality present, although it may play a role. As if it's just a bump in the road as long as the ring stays, because if he was really inclined to break up he would agree to come back. And if he was, in fact, determined to end it all, he would have retrieved it. The amount of people who cheat and then are surprised when their partner dumps them always amazes me. My ex-wife was hurt that I called her inappropriate when I found out she was being unfaithful. Some people show no remorse, it's as if they are stepping over a treacherous relationship with a partner. Just 2 weeks before the wedding, it was a painful blow. At first, it hurt like hell, but in the long run, it turned out to be a very worthwhile decision. Honestly, I would consider sleeping with the boss's wife. My brother shared the same thought. Do you have any idea how things are at the boss's house? I have no idea, I'm sure it's not a pleasant environment. Now I feel sorry for the children. In the last story, I managed to get revenge for a betrayal. I acted impulsively and overreacted. I recently found out that my ex had a workplace affair with one of the managers at the restaurant where she works. This involved indecent dialogue while exchanging compliments and sharing photos, as well as planning dates. I found all this out and asked her not to communicate with the other man again, blocking him as well. However, something prompted me to check her cell phone again, and it didn't take all day for her to respond to his iMessage texts. She continued to cheat. What's even worse is how she described getting caught by me as hilarious and funny. She spoke as if she was going to contact this guy as soon as we broke up, which made me seem insignificant, a joke, a mere option. She scoffed, feeling superior, embarrassing and surprising me that she could talk about me that way to another man. I posted her compromising evidence on my social media, Instagram and Snapchat, since I had access to her account, and I sent this evidence to the man she was cheating on me with, as well as to her boss at work, given that she was also involved with another manager at the restaurant. Also, I sent it to her mom while she was busy texting this man during the week I was helping her mom move into her new house. The man responded immediately, while her boss and her mother still haven't. Later, she called me to apologize for the ordeal, but the damage was already done. I told her about what I did, and honestly, I think I overreacted. I never thought she would go to such extreme measures to get revenge on someone who wronged me. Now, going back to the main comments before reading the updates, I should clarify that I didn't share the photos, as is evident. As I once heard something like, the truth can destroy something, but it wouldn't be created to be destroyed if it wasn't built with falsehood. If she hadn't made mistakes, she wouldn't be going through this embarrassment. I agree that she perhaps went too far, but under the influence of anger and betrayal, it is understandable. As for advice, it's wise not to permanently scar our skin with spur-of-the-moment decisions. It's wiser to invest in things that really matter, like healthy relationships and our overall well-being. Compared to other situations, this is a reasonably smooth account. Also, I can be petty and can't stand cheaters, so in my opinion, you weren't too hard on her. I hope she faces consequences regarding employment, and if any of the men involved are also in a relationship or married, they deserve to be exposed. Of course, if this approach is used, it should also apply to them. My ex used to work as a waitress at an exclusive restaurant in downtown San Diego where it seems everyone was romantically involved with each other. I believe this is quite common in the restaurant industry. A colleague of hers told me that she was having an affair with one of the waiters. I confronted her about it, but she didn't bother to deny it or downplay it. Instead, she explained that after work, everyone used to go to a bar and relax, often ending up drunk, and things just happen. It was 5 wasted years, and it deeply affected my self-esteem for a while. Happily. And now we have been married for 25 years without any cheating. Life and love go on, even after difficulties. I also shared the evidence with her mother as I was helping her move into her new house. Given that she was busy texting this man, I don't think I was overreacting. Many people, in similar situations, prefer to move on without taking such drastic measures. This is understandable, considering the resulting outrage over the betrayal. If she faces the consequences of this, I believe she deserves it. Now, regarding updates, I noticed that her boss saw the message I sent, questioning whether my ex had cheated at work with another manager at the restaurant. So far, the boss has not responded, but it is clear that she is aware of the situation. The outcome of this will depend on time, revealing whether or not she will continue to work there. In the second update, it looks like my ex still keeps her job at the restaurant and is trying to minimize the damage on social media. Her posts indicate a damage control approach. Update 3, she responded to me, letting me know progress regarding what I previously shared. That's something only someone like me would appreciate seeing. However, the conversation took an unpleasant turn, resulting in extremely unpleasant exchanges of words. This aligns with the damage that has already been done, and the situation is fraught with resentment. I'm exhausted from interacting with her. I am urgently considering seeking therapy and engaging in self-improvement. I did not expect the situation to deteriorate this way, but I am grateful for the advice I received. She never showed any real interest in me and she didn't deserve anything from me. Update 4, I contacted the owner and provided him with footage of the incident. Legally, he claimed inability to intervene in 4 situations that occurred outside the work environment. The pictures, though, clearly show her and her manager engaging in flirtation during work hours. Initially, I didn't think he had any real intention of getting involved, considering we live in a hire at employer's discretion state, allowing layoffs for any reason that isn't illegal. This situation is uncomfortable, as she is the owner and manager with whom she had this unfaithful relationship. Sadly, she will keep her job, but working there will undoubtedly be embarrassing. Final update on the man she cheated on me with, he is a single dad and is co-parenting with another woman. I discovered this woman's identity and showed her all the screenshots of the conversations. Sadly, she saw the text messages they'd exchanged over the course of over a year. She even instructed him not to contact her anymore, expressing that she doesn't want him to date someone who doesn't have sympathy for the mother of his child. My ex-girlfriend knew her and treated her rudely and arrogantly even though they are no longer together. She wasn't aware of the full duration of their relationship, but she was aware of their intense texting. Predictably, their relationship also came to an end, as he was cheating on her in the same way, including in the same restaurant, with another co-worker, while her son was still very young. These conversations also touched on her disdain for single motherhood and her distaste for her father due to his mother's betrayal during her pregnancy. She certainly reveled in the role of the other woman. And that's the end of today's story. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Until the next video.